Hi. Last piece ever for what you're responsible for this semester. And it is on page 167, Evening at Mount Vernon. For this week's assignment, you are responsible for the first 2 lines. Make sure when you're looking at it, look at your key signature, see if there are any sharps and flats you have to remember, see what your time signature is, and then let's get started. Here's an example that you would have gotten from the lecture about the Alberti bass. The Alberti bass we said is bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, top, middle, top. That's an F triad. That's our 1 chord. And remember the different styles? You can have broken, you can have waltz, and we talked about the Alberti bass. It's our chord broken up, playing the top, bottom note, the top, the middle, and the top. Well, guess what? You can do it for all the other triads that we have learned. We had the F. We said the 4 chord, when we play it, that's our hand position, and we can make that the Alberti bass. Then we go back to the 1 chord Alberti bass in the 3rd measure. And then there's our 5/7, squish that bug, and then it marches down like a 5-finger pattern of the F chord, and it starts over. So at the end of the 2nd line, it's this. Don't stop by that and leave me hanging. At least come back and play the F for the tonic for me. But here's how this sounds, and I want you to listen. All right, you may be asking, why did I play that whole piece? There's got to be a reason. Perhaps maybe she wants me to learn the whole piece. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I do. Perhaps you might see this on a final. Who knows? Perhaps you will, and I can say you will. Okay, enough. This piece, the way I would learn this piece, which you only need the first 2 lines for this week, but you will need the last 3 lines for the final. So what makes it the easiest way to learn, and this you need to take forward when you learn lots of pieces. When you see an accompaniment that's not just blocked, it's very helpful to play them blocked, to learn them while you're learning the right hand. Because if you look at this in the 2nd line, measure 5, if I block these as half notes, I can do. I change, keep going, just for the rest so you'll know how to approach this. Change, 4 chord, 1, 4, 5/7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5/7, 5/7, 1. That's how you need to learn it. That helps you to get the feel of the melody and the rhythm that's happening, and get to feel the topography under your hands, or geography. So you can start to see how I'm moving. That same old feel you want to have. Over and over until you're dreaming about it and having nightmares about it in your sleep. Okay. This is what I want you to get for this assignment. Going forward, thinking about the final, I want, again, for you to look at the key signature, time signature, dynamic markings. Is it staccato, legato, and do I have any dynamic changes? Do I have to get slower and get quieter at the end, etc.? And I want you to check in with me and let me know how it's going. It may appear to be very easy because you're just having these 3 hand positions. When you start playing, that's harder than you think. When you start having to play them against each other, sometimes it helps me to think of when I play together and when I only have one hand playing. So in the measure 5 going forward, I would say together, left, 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 together, left, together, left, together, left, together, left, together, left, 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 together, left, together, left, together, left, 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 together, right, together, 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 together. Okay? So see if that helps. When you get to the, you have to see in the measure 5 again, when you're on a 1 on F, if you just played a 2 on the next note, you would want to play a G. But we have a stretch, F to A. Why do we do that? So we don't run out of fingers. So in the last measure of that line, 5, 6, and measure 8, you're on 4 on C, 4, 4. Magically, you've got to switch that 4 to become a 5, or you'll run out of fingers. And then it plays that again. This time on measure 10, as you're going to practice for the final, you're going to play 4 on C, switch it to 3 on C, switch it to a 2 on C, so that you're now not going to run out of fingers, because the next one will be 3 on D. And you're good to go till you get to measure 14, where you're on a 2 on C. You got to skip down to make that 1. End of that line at measure 16, you're on a 2 on a half note on C, and that 2 you got to switch it out to a 5. At the very end of the piece, next to the last measure, you're coming down A, 2, G is 1, and you got to cross over and play that F on a whole note. Please get in touch with me. I would like for you to try some of this before your assignment, maybe even if you could try some of this by the time we meet on Thursday, and tell me how difficult this is for you, and I will give it some consideration. So, but you are responsible for the first 2 lines, and I want to know how hard it is for you playing this Alberti bass with the melody line in the right hand. Okay? Alrighty, the next one I'm going to play is going to be in the next 2 videos. I'll just be playing the chords for Hallelujah and Let It Be, and you will have those videos to look at about that. Other than that, you are good to go. See ya.